Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be sitting in front of my camera filming again, creating content for you, talking about eyeshadow. I have missed this. I recently had a baby. She's upstairs sleeping right now. She's 7 weeks old, and I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things and figure out that new balance in my life. But I wanted to tell you guys about some of the newest palettes in my collection. This is going to be a really quick video as I introduce a couple new pretties to you and then move on with my day because I think the kids are waking up. Alright, so really quickly, here are the newest palettes in my collection. Possibly the most exciting for you guys are the Trio collab palettes from Udenzai. They collaborated with 3 other creators. This collection, I believe, is called the Perfect World Collection, and they have collaborated with Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun, Betty Jean or Batty Bean, and Lauren from Lauren May Beauty. So I bought all 3 palettes. It's funny because when they were first launched, I was like, oh no, I'm not really interested in those. But then I thought about it and I saw a lot of people doing looks with them, and they're very pretty. They're very different. I have opinions on all of these palettes, but I love Udenzai. They would have to work quite hard to disappoint me at this point. So I thought, okay, I really love the brand. I love the packaging. I love the color stories. I think that they're interesting. I bought the Trio because like I said, I have thoughts on these palettes, and I think that they're going to work best for me in collaboration with one another and also bringing in other palettes. Let me give you my very quick overview. I think that the Planet Spirit palette is really bright and colorful. Kind of reminds me of the circus, but it's not cohesive. For me, I would have trouble getting a complete look out of this palette. Then we've got the Flora Story from Makeup Just for Fun. This one is the most safe or wearable, I think, for most people in general. This is the sort of color story that would flatter a lot of different eye and skin tones, and it's really pretty. It's just quite safe. And then we have the Sea Talk palette from Lauren May Beauty. For me, this is the most interesting because it has the more neutral side of things, but then it has kind of cool pops of color, and this is the one that really sparks my interest the most. But I love bright colors, and so I think that this one is going to be really fun to pair with the others, and I love green and purple, so I thought this one would be fun to work with, and I bought the Trio to work together. So my plan is to do one video per palette and show you any looks that I had created off camera using those palettes. I've used each of them once right now, and after that point I just want to use them together and in collaboration with others. I don't know that I'll do any other videos where I only use that one palette. I don't know, we'll see. Whatever. I also grabbed the Jacqueline Cosmetics Strawberry Feels palette. I picked this up because I saw it listed and I thought, you know what, that color story is kind of cool. It's not fully pink, and pink is my least used eyeshadow color. Honestly, I think I wear yellow more than I wear pink. I like pink, but I don't think that I love it on myself. I really like on myself to pair pink with other things. Pink and orange, pink and red, pink and purple, but just pink is not my favorite look for my own face. But this palette is not truly pink. You know, it's not like Barbie or hot pink. It has some pinky tones, but they're berry leaning pinks, or they're coral leaning pinks, or they're peach leaning pinks. It also has kind of reddish tones, but the same thing. They're more orange leaning reds or berry leaning reds. And then it has some lighter tones, and it has a matte white, which I love. I only have 1 or 2 really good matte whites in my collection, and one of those is on the chopping block. So I thought, well, you know, I got this I think for $8 or $9 plus shipping was like $15. Anyway, I got it secondhand, but it was brand new when it arrived. It wasn't even swatched. It wasn't even unwrapped. And I think it's pretty. I have used it before. I'll show you the look that I did with it. I loved the look. It was all matte, and I loved the look. I loved the contrast. I felt really pretty in that eyeshadow look. And honestly, I felt a little bit more sophisticated because it wasn't really crazy shimmers. It wasn't hyper reflective. It was relaxed, but still quite pretty and flattering. And I think that these tones are flattering because they're not really true, more primary tones. They have a nuance to them, and I like that. My only complaint with this palette and with that look is that it faded over the course of the day. It faded significantly. By the time I washed off this eyeshadow look, the colors were probably half as vibrant as they were when I put it on, and they're not insanely vibrant to start with. However, I wear my eyeshadow for like 14 to 16 hours on average, sometimes longer, so I can't really give it a hard time for having faded over the day. I wish it hadn't faded as much as it did, because that would probably be the weakest eyeshadow in my collection in terms of that sort of thing, but I still really enjoyed the look. And then the last palette that I have recently brought into my collection, can you tell what it is? It's the Michaela Pot 2. I got this for 12 bucks because Glamlight was having a crazy good sale, and you could also stack affiliate codes, so I got it for $12, and that is when I also ordered some new eye primer because I really like the Glamlight formula for eye primer. So here's the Pot 2 palette. This is replacing my Beauty Bay Midnight palette because I don't need all those blues and purples. And I really like both formulas for Beauty Bay and Glamlight, but because this palette, it goes so well with the first Michaela palette, and it also has a lot of really interesting and pretty shimmers. It is more well-rounded and more interesting and more useful, more versatile, choose your adjective, than the Beauty Bay Midnight. I only have the 16 pan, so anyway, that one's gonna get decluttered in lieu of this one, but this is the Pot 2. It's really pretty. I love these green teal tones. The darker ones do tend more teal, which I'm happy about. And then obviously a lot of purples. I think purple is Michaela's favorite color because both of her palettes with Glamlight have been very purple heavy. And I think it's a really pretty palette. I have used it once or twice. I think my first look using Pot 2 reminded me of a look I had done using the Merry Christmas palette from Udenzai. It was something about the color combination and the way the shimmers caught the light. It was really pretty and I liked it. So those are the newest palettes in my collection. That wraps up today's video. It was very short, but I hope you have enjoyed it. And now you know everything that's going on in my collection. Also, I have put up a lot of new listings in my Poshmark and Mercari accounts. That's where I buy most of my palettes. Occasionally I buy new, of course, but most of my palettes come in secondhand. So if I'm decluttering, I try to sell palettes through those apps to recoup some money and then use that money to get new palettes. That's how it works. I don't like to dip into my bank account if I can help it, and my husband's on board with that plan. But anyway, there's absolutely no pressure, but I've had several subscribers frequently ask me for my information for Poshmark and Mercari because they wanted to see what I was selling. So if you're interested, that information is down below in the description box as well. I think I was able to directly link one of them, but the other one you have to search. Anyway, it's all down there if you want to see. Thank you for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below if you would request any particular videos using these palettes. Again, I cannot make promises about when the next videos are coming because I'm trying to figure out having a newborn and a toddler. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's been an adjustment, but it's going well, and I'm just giving myself grace. I will film when I can because I really enjoy it. This is my second video for this morning, and my husband's moving around upstairs, about to come downstairs, and I heard the baby on the monitor and I need to go. So hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being with me. Remember to look in the description box for today's eye look for information on these palettes. I'll link them if they're available for purchase, for information on my resale apps, and I'll see you again really soon in my next video. Bye!